Please find somewhere to sit down. Your own desk, please. Alright, I think this is everyone. Everyone in the class. Wonderful. Welcome to your first class here. No, we are not going to be speaking Russian. I understand that you are all new, but this class is to be helping you practice. We need to get used to speaking in English all of the time. I need you all to start to respond naturally in English, but also to start to think in English. Do not look so dismayed about this, it is easy. Mostly. No, it is alright if you use your accent. I am using my accent. Please raise your hand if anyone has received their assignment yet. Do you know what state you are going to? No. This is exactly why we are not going to practice American accents today. Right, there is no point, there are so many. So it is only natural that you will practice the one that you will need when you know which one you will need. Alright. The only requirement that I do have, aside from speaking English, of course, if you do not know a word or remember a word, it is alright, you may ask. However, please make an effort, because what I notice as one of the biggest problems, one of the largest challenges, is when we try to say the sounds the, this, that, the. Now everyone, please repeat back to me. This is a nice car. This is exactly the problem. Most of you said, this is a nice car. No. English, we have to say this, that. You do not keep your teeth together. This, no. This is wrong. That. You have put your tongue in between your teeth like that. Please practice with this, because I noticed that this is one of the main problems. Even when people learn their accents very well, that we fall back to saying the, that, this. Please practice with this, because it is something that is very important. Wonderful. Did anyone bring their new teacher an apple today? Why do you need to bring apples? You do not need to bring an apple. There is a tradition to bring teachers an apple. I do not know why. Perhaps it is because of the funny American saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But so does lack of health insurance, so make sure that you are getting all of your documents in order. Right, well, I bring my own apple just in case. Ungrateful. No, I do not like apples, but I would like to keep doctors away from me. At least while I'm here. Alright, before we begin, are there any questions that you have for me? Yes. Oh, and forgive me for interrupting you. If you have questions moving forward, please raise your hand, and I will call on you as though you are American school children. I think it will be so much fun. What is your question? Меня зовут. Do you know how to say that in English? You can make an effort, yes. close, but not quite. Let's see. What is your name? Say it to me now. I do not have one. Not yet. I have not received my name yet. I am hoping for something like Lucy. Why? Because everybody loves Lucy. Or so the television tells me. Has anyone received their name? I did not think so. It is too early. Another question. You may ask. Why did I get chosen for this? That is a good question. My assignment is not finalized yet, but I will be given the job of school teacher. So, I will not say his name. Were all of you assigned by the same man? A man who is tall, but he has got round face and mostly round body, except in the shoulders. They are not round, they are square. Yes. I do not want to hear that. We say yes. If you do not know that the English word is yes, then why are you here? Not that. Anyway, yes, Vasily is the one that assigned me here because he thought it was a good idea. If I'm going to be an American school teacher for children, that I need to practice with all of you. And since you are new and I have some knowledge, I can share with you. Why did they choose me to be a teacher? I do not know. I would assume it is because I have wonderful, warm, outgoing personality that lends itself to the shaping of young and curious minds. But it is just a guess. Any more questions about me before we begin? Alright, we will begin. Everyone please get your pencils, your pens. We are going to learn all of the great states. Yes. These United States are made up of many states. That is a good question. Does anyone know how many states there are? Yes, you. 10. Of course not. Why would you think that is not even close? Would you like to try another guess? 11. If 10 was not even close, why would 11 be the correct answer? I am too harsh. That is a good point. If I am going to be teaching American children, I need to be more sensitive. Alright, I will not give second chance because that is a terrible idea. I have better phrasing for this. That was close, but not quite right. Does anyone else have a guess? Yes. Wonderful. Indeed it is 48. Yes, currently 48. They're always talking about more. They are so expansionist. What does it mean? It means they are looking to expand. This is common sense. Please use your brain. We will begin now. Wonderful. Now, we will go alphabetical order. And if there is something interesting about this state, I will let you know. Although for the most part, they are all sort of similar. Yes. Alright, state number 1. Alabama. Alabama. A-L-A-B-A-M-A. Alabama. Alabama is... I do not think you would like it here. Although... I am seeing 2 or 3 of you that might fit in Alabama. You might be very comfortable there. Alabama is not a state that I would like to live in. Hopefully I am not assigned there. It is very hot, but it is the heat that is the type of heat when you walk outside. Do you know the word humid? No, that is when the air feels like water. It is hot and the air feels like water. It is not very much a place that I would enjoy. Alabama. Alright, the next state. This is similar because it is also hot. It is called Arizona. Arizona. A-R-I-Z-O-N-A. Arizona. Yes. Arizona is also hot, but it is desert type of heat. So it is not a type of heat where the air is like water. It is very dry. And because of it being in the desert, nighttime is not so hot, so it might be more manageable. Arizona. Now we move on to this next one. And this one, I know there will be questions, and I am not making a type of joke when I tell you this, okay? It is called Arkansas. Arkansas. Very good. Now the spelling, here we go. It is A-R-K-A-N-S-A-S. Yes, this is how we spell it, and yes, it is pronounced Arkansas. I cannot explain this. The first time I saw this word and I saw that there is no W. Why is it called W when it is two V's together? Anyway, I see this word, Arkansas, spelled like Arkansas. And I hear it is pronounced Arkansas, and I thought to myself, these Americans are very unserious people. How did they win the war? But they did. And so we are here. I cannot tell you why they are spelling it this way and why they are pronouncing it this way. It does not make sense to me. And this discussion will come back as we move along through other states. Now, please do not become emotional. You will get used to it. You will. That is Arkansas. Next we move on to the great state of California. California. C-A-L-I-F-O-R-N-I-A. California. California is a very big state, and it is on the ocean. Very exciting on the ocean. This is also where the Hollywood movie stars live. You would like to go to... You will not be sent to the Hollywood movie stars, no. A few people will likely go to the Hollywood area because there is great influence to be had there. But as I am looking at all of you, I am not thinking any of you will be going there. No, I have to be honest with you. Alright. Colorado. C-O-L-O-R-A-D-O. Colorado. Colorado has mountains, and you can ski. There are lots of boulders. I'm trying to make jokes, and you have not been to... There is a city that is called... It is not important. You may go skiing in Colorado. That's all. This next one is also another one that has a different pronunciation from how it is spelled. Connecticut. Connecticut is Connecticut. Connecticut. It is not Connecticut. Again, I am not entirely certain why this is the case, but it is the case. Connecticut. How are you supposed to remember all of this? Arkansas is one that I think will stay with you. It has disturbed my spirit. I think it will stay with you. Connecticut, I remember it is not Connecticut because you cut the word short. You cut the letter out. I am so wonderful at this teaching. I think I will do a very good job. Alright, now we move on to Delaware. Delaware is important for one reason only. Does anyone know the reason? No, it is because it was the first state to be introduced and officialized as a state. Otherwise, it is very boring. Delaware. D-E-L-A-W, not W, W-A-R-E. Delaware. Number 1. How exciting. Alright, now we move on to Florida. Florida. F-L-O-R-I-D-A. Florida. Florida is very much on the south part of the country, and it is very hot, very wet air. Again, a lot of water in the air, and they have alligators, which may come in handy for some of you, maybe a benefit. I do not know. I am hoping also that I am not sent to Florida, Alabama. They are very close together actually as well. We will do maps next time to another know. Florida, we go to Georgia. No, the state of Georgia. G-E-O-R-G-I-A. Georgia. It is also very much in the southern part of the state. Very close to Alabama and Florida as well. Okay. Now we are moving on to Idaho. Idaho. That does not sound correct when I'm saying it. Idaho. I sound like I am a Dutch person. Idaho. I-D-A-H-O. Idaho. I apologize because I am struggling with this one. I do not know why. Idaho. Hopefully I will not become Lucy of Idaho. Alright, we move on to Illinois. Say it back, Illinois. Very good. This is another one that you will question me about. I-L-L-I-N-O-I-S. You do not make extra noise with Illinois. That is the best way to remember. It is not Illinois. You make less noise. Illinois. You stop yourself short of saying it, okay? I have told you these Americans aren't serious people, but they did win the war, and we have to live with this. So this is our life now. I have nothing else to say. I cannot defend it. Then we have Indiana. Indiana has fast cars. It does have fast cars. Alright, Indiana. INDIANA. Fast car, Indiana. And then we move on to our last state with an I. Iowa. It is IOWA. It is known for, I do not know, it has corn. That is all I know. That is Iowa. And now we move on to this one. And this is the one that I said, remember with Arkansas, that we will come back to this. This state is called Kansas. And it is KANSAS. It is not Kansas, it is Kansas. But Arkansas is not Arkansas. This is something we must live with. Kansas. Maybe I should get rid of this apple. Maybe I don't need doctors around me. I do not know if I can do this. I am strong, I can do this. Alright, we move on. Kentucky. That is a French album. KENTUCKY. Kentucky. Have all of you learned the alphabet properly? Alright. Do I need to spell all of them for you? The ones like Kansas and Arkansas. That is understandable. If it is a more difficult one, I will spell. If not, we will go faster. I apologize. Alright, we move on to Louisiana. I am excited about Louisiana because there is I thought maybe I would do a wonderful job in Louisiana because they have French people there. But as it turns out, it is more of a distinct American French blend of a culture than from Europe. So I am not sure. It is very warm, and they also have alligators. And they have these very special things called bayous. I'm having trouble with this word. I've heard it said. The Louisiana Bayou. Bayou. That is correct. Bayou. It is BAYOU. Right. I still think I might do well in Louisiana, but I am not certain. Alright, we move on to the letter M. And there are also many with the letter M. I do not understand the American fascination with the letter M. But here we go. We have Maine. Maine. Yes, that is close. But with this one, you put an E after the N. Yes. No, I do not know. Why are you asking me all of these questions as though I am the one that created this language? Please. We are all doing our best here. Maine with an E on the end. And then we have Maryland. It is spelled like Mary Land, but it is Maryland. Yes, Maryland. They have crabs there to eat. I think that would be nice. Alright, we move on. This one is more difficult to spell. It is called Massachusetts. No, it is a long one. So we will do this. MASSACHUSETTS. Massachusetts. I am hoping I said all of the letters. It is a long one. Massachusetts. we move on to Michigan. Now, Michigan, although there is the sh sound, it is not an S-I, it is S-H-I. Forgive me. It is C-H-I. Michigan. I know it is Massachusetts. This language is difficult to understand. You will learn. Alright. Minnesota. Minnesota. There are two N's. Alright. I think I would love to be in Minnesota. It seems so cold. I think it would remind me of home a little bit. And their accents are so funny. To me, they are always... Oh, they make me happy. Everyone there sounds so happy to be from Minnesota. Oh, it brings a smile to my face. I cannot help it. Oh, I would love Minnesota. Alright, now we have Mississippi. Mississippi. This one I've written down for myself because there are so many double letters. So forgive me, I will read off of my paper while I tell you this. M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. Mississippi. You double every consonant in this word except for the first time. We will not talk about Mississippi. Next we have Missouri, which I think would be a terrible place because it sounds like misery. This one is more difficult to spell. It is M-I-S-S-O-U-R-I. Missouri, like misery. But do not call it misery in case there are some people who feel as though they are not happy with this. They are very patriotic here. Alright, that is Missouri. Now we go to Montana. That one is more straightforward. Montana. It is not remarkable to me, but it does have a piece of a national park. That is fun. Alright, we move on to the letter N. There are also very many with the letter N. We begin Nebraska. Nebraska. Yes, it is letter K, not C. Very good. Nebraska. Nevada. This is also straightforward, no surprises with letters. Nevada is where we have the famous Las Vegas. Yes, the place of terrible things. Terrible and exciting. Alright, we move on now. There are many that begin with the word new. I don't understand why, because there is no old. New. Alright. New Hampshire. It is spelled New Hampshire, but it is New Hampshire. I've heard there are many wealthy people who live in New Hampshire. It could be. New Jersey. It is letter J, very good. J-E-R-S-E-Y. Yes, it is Y. New Jersey. I have heard there are many Italian people's children and grandchildren who live there. I am not sure why, but New Jersey does appear to have attracted the grandchildren and children of Italian people. I do not know. Now we move to New Mexico. Mexico is another country, you are correct. There is no Old Mexico. They have decided that a piece of their land is the New Mexico. I do not know. It is also desert. This is the way it works here. New York. I know most of you would have heard of New York. Yes, it is there. You would like to go to New York. I think many people would like to be in New York. But aside from New York City, there's really not very much happening in New York. it is possible that many of you will end up dead. I do not know for sure. Alright, now we have North. There are some south to go with this, okay? North Carolina. Carolina. Just like the woman's name, Carolina. Alright. North Dakota. No, there's only one team. Dakota. And it is K, not C for anyone writing. Dakota. I believe there's nothing there. Except for a park named after a president. Some sort of park. That is all they have. Next we have Ohio, which is spelled exactly the way you say it. Ohio. There is nothing in Ohio, and I am sorry if you end up in Ohio. We have Oklahoma. I find that is a very satisfying word to say. Oklahoma. O-K-L. O-K-L. Alright, wonderful. Oregon. Not an organ like your heart or your kidneys, no. Oregon. It is O-R-E-G-O-N. Oregon. Wonderful. Alright. Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. This one has two N's at the beginning. Pennsylvania. It is a Y. Pennsylvania. I do not believe any more important people will come from Pennsylvania. It is simply another place here. Alright. Next we have Rhode Island. Itty bitty tiny baby Rhode Island. It is so small, so cute. No, this one I will tell you how to spell. It is R-H-O-D-E. Rhode Island, like this. No, you do not spell. I do not believe you spell anything else related to roads this way. There are some people whose last names will be Rhodes or Road, perhaps, spelled this way, but if you're driving a vehicle or walking down the street, the road, it is not this way. Alright. Itty bitty Rhode Island. Good. Now we have the South Carolina and South Dakota. But they are not directly stacked on top of each other. It is a fun choice that they have divided the country like a puzzle that does not fit. Alright. We have Tennessee. Now this one is two N's and two S's. No, it is two E's at the end on the I. Tennessee. Yes, it is also a south. And we have the great big state of Texas. Texas. No, it is X-A-S. Like, sometimes the way that they pronounce the vowels is more lazy. It is not always exactly the same. Alright, the great big state of Texas. It is very much the opposite of little baby Rhode Island. It is... Perhaps I would love Rhode Island. I do love tiny cute things like that. Alright. Now we move to Utah. Utah begins with the letter U, although it makes the sound of a Y. I do not know why. I have great difficulty with this already. You do not need to continue asking me. What is your number? Oh no, I will not be telling him everything. There is nothing for you to worry about yet. Alright, we move on. Utah is a place that is very unique to me because it has one of these very special types of American Christianity. Yes, they have their own type of Christianity that exists really only here, although they do send people to other countries to try to make them the same religion. But it is... I do not understand all of the differences between this one and the other American Christianity because it's not the same as ours. But for some reason they seem to strongly dislike these people in Utah that practice this one. I do not know why. They all sound rather similar to me. But this is simply my opinion. Alright. Letter V. Vermont. Vermont. Any questions about spelling? Wonderful. Alright, we move along. Virginia. Virginia. No, it is not YA. You must learn. It is not YA, it is IA at the end. Virginia. Oh, goodness. How am I going to teach all of these American children? Oh. I will do a wonderful job. It is alright. Virginia. Washington. No, Washington is not. Alright, Washington is the capital. However, it is not in Washington. This is something that I have also had questions about. Washington is a state, and the capital of the United States is Washington, D.C. And it is not in Washington. The D.C. is for District of Columbia. District of Columbia is not a state. It is a federal type of land. And I do not understand why they have done this. I do not think they have understood it. But they have done it, so now they must continue to do it. Alright, Washington DC is separate. District of Columbia. District of Columbia is not a state. Alright, we understand. Wonderful. Now, we are going to... This one, I do not fully understand either. We have talked about Virginia, but there is also West Virginia. There is no East. It is simply West Virginia and Virginia. Most of you, nobody will end up in West Virginia unless you do something wrong. If you do something wrong, they will send you to West Virginia because West Virginia is where American dreams and hopes go to die. I understand many of you are from rural areas in Russia. I understand sometimes life may seem bleak. West Virginia is where you go to be punished. It is where you go for every spark inside of your body to die. So if you behave inappropriately, you will end up there. And I will have no sympathy for you. Because it will be your own fault. You have been warned. Alright, we'll move on. Wisconsin. That one is a little bit. It is the double U. I am having difficulty with this. W I S C O N S I N. Wisconsin. I do like the Wisconsin accent as well because to me they sound like they are Canadians. It is so funny to me they sound like Canadians. But I think it might be too much to live with every day. I am undecided about it. It is similar to Minnesota, except it is more Canadian. And finally, we are at the end. It is Wyoming. Wyoming. Alright, it is W Y O M I. Wonderful. Alright. Wyoming has a very large park. It is called Yellowstone. Have you heard of Yellowstone National Park? You have. Wonderful. This Yellowstone, this piece of Yellowstone is in Montana. this is the piece of the park I was telling you about. It is also in Montana. Yes. Alright, now. It is alright if you do not remember exactly the names of all of them. I do not believe that there are a lot of Americans who would come up to you and ask you for a list, or who would be able to name them all. I think most Americans end up forgetting some of the M's, some of the N's, something like this. I think they would like to forget certain areas as well. That is fine. Now, I don't want to give everyone some advice, however, but there are different accents. So again, we do not need to be practicing our American accents until we know where we are going. Because if you end up in Wisconsin, you might need to sound like a Canadian. However, if you are ending up in a place like Alabama, you have to have a certain... Well, you will learn. You will learn. It is important that you know how to spell all of these. I understand that they do not all make sense, but we must begin to think in English. And thinking in English requires that we also know how to spell in English. Alright. Now, aside from you, your number I took already, I believe I will be seeing you all again, and we will talk about more details. We will go through other aspects of American culture and American life, things that are more universal. However, practice your English and practice the sounds that I told you about. The TH, we really need to practice this. It is very important. Ladies do have a slight advantage here because there are many American men who do not like to hear women speak very often. Of course, the downside to this is that we must listen to American men speak all of the time. But we are all here for the same reason, and we will accomplish our goals. You are here for money. This is not what I am talking about. I am saying we are here because we love Russia, but we will have conversations after this class. If you are here for money, then you are here for the wrong reasons. Alright. Women, you will be alright. Listening to the men speak, we will talk about how to make sure that your facial expressions are more soft and happy when you are listening, even if you are not feeling soft and happy. We will talk about how it is wrong to complain in the United States, different aspects of American life, but for now, please make sure that you are practicing your English. Alright, and I will see you next time. So please remember, encourage me to continue being an incredible teacher who will motivate you to do better in life. Bring me apples. I do not want to see an American doctor yet. I will not eat these. I do like the green ones because they are very sour. Bring me a green apple. Alright, please. Alright, thank you. Now go along, and please, when you arrive next time, I do not want to hear breathe. Okay, I want to hear hello.